We are at our storage facility this afternoon where we keep our travel trailer, Maggie, to introduce you to our new 2026 F-150 Mojo.
Hello, Mojo.
Now, choosing a name for our new tow vehicle was not easy, but we knew we wanted to pay homage to our old truck, Mo, and so Mojo just really stuck. But finding the right replacement was not easy.
No, it was not.
We did a lot of research. We didn't just walk onto a lot and pick the first truck that we saw. We knew the things that were going to be important to us, and that's towing and safety. And so we really did a lot of research in that, YouTube, research online, crunching a lot of numbers, just looking at everything that we could to make the best decision. Now, some of the things that we researched, I think that maybe many RVers overlook whenever they're looking for a tow vehicle.
Yeah, for us, we knew we've been doing this for 5+ years, so we kind of knew what we wanted for our situation. First thing we want to look at was payload, because in Mo, we were right at the edge. We had about 1,150 pounds of payload capacity. That's usually the yellow sticker inside the driver door, for those that didn't know. And we were right at the edge, so it kind of put a damper on what we could take, what we couldn't take. We even got good at taking the entire back seats out, right, and the heavy mat that came in the tailgate of the truck, so we could carry a few extra items.
Just had to minimize what we were taking in order to be safe.
Yeah, we went and looked at Toyota first, and we went to Ford, because you know when you're camping you see a lot of Ford F-150s, 250s. We wanted to stick with the half-ton because of our truck, where it was, and the price. When we got out there, the F-150 had 1,895 pounds of cargo capacity, which shocked me, because we're like, hey, after doing all the math, because we've been to the Catskills, we've weighed Mo, we've weighed the trailer, we kind of know what it is. Our tongue weight for what we had with Maggie is 900 pounds. So 900 pounds comes right off the bat. So giving us all the stuff that we have on here, and doing all the math with what we had before, it's really about 750 pounds more that we'll get from the Ford.
Right, and that was more than any of the other major brand trucks in that category.
Absolutely, by far. So having that, just almost like, okay, that was our number one, so let's dive into that. We found a couple of trucks in the whole entire area at all the Ford dealerships that had this one had the tow package. We only found 2 trucks that had the tow package.
Right, that was another thing that was really important to us.
Yeah, we wanted to, whatever else it has in the engine with cooling and stuff, it has a higher gears in the rear end, so it has the ability to tow just a little bit more, and it has the all the bells and whistles to back up and hooked under the hitch, which we haven't had a chance to play with that.
All the things we haven't had a chance to really look at yet.
Now, I kind of assumed we would have a V8 again, but since 2021, the V6s with the turbos, this is a 3.6, that's a V6 twin turbo F-150, right, which has about 20 more horsepower than Mo had and 100 more pounds of torque. So that's going to be totally different. The 10-speed transmission on this one versus the 6-speed, so when we're driving it'll be much higher gear, making it, or much lower gear, depending on where we're going up or down the hills.
Right.
It's an easier, smoother ride for us.
A lot less revving of the RPMs when you're trying to haul up the hill and everything. Just
driving
easier on the transmission, the engine, everything.
Exactly. And one last thing I just wanted to highlight, this one came with the 36-gallon tank. The Mo had 26.4, so 10 more gallons, and that's with a full tank of gas included in the payload. So it's a win-win in that, and plus Rhonda does a lot of the planning on which gas stations we would stop. And
it's nice because you don't have to stop as often. You can plan to stay on the road a little bit longer. And sometimes when you're out there, there aren't any really good choices for when you're pulling a trailer.
No, and the last thing to add to that is the gas mileage. So the V6, Mo didn't have good gas mileage when it wasn't towing. About 14 miles a gallon was probably around our best. This one's, I think, 23. without towing. So being able to, once we go, we actually park and we hit it. We're doing things, right?
We are. Now, with towing, everything kind of gets a little more comparable, but without towing, this truck, the Ford F-150, seemed to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And we do. When we go, we may park and stay for a week or more at some place. And we're driving around, and so it does make a difference in the gas mileage in the truck without the camper.
Yeah.
Without the trailer hooked up. With all of these things that we considered in our purchase of the truck, there are still some things that any new truck, no matter what it is, doesn't come with. It's things like we added later, like with our old truck. You know, we had the topper on the back, and there were a lot of things that we added that we will have to repurchase for our new truck. But being on the road for 5 years, we have really gained a lot of experience. So what we would have picked 5 years ago, not necessarily what we would pick today.
Not even close.
We've learned so much in that, and so we want to just take this tragic opportunity to rebuild our tow setup.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start a rig rebuild series, starting with our next video, kind of showing you what it is that we are replacing, what it is we're adding, what it is we're changing in our setup for our truck, for Mojo, and just for our setup in general. We lost a lot of things, not just our old truck, but we had it loaded up. We had all of our gear in the back of it, and so we lost some things, and that will have to be replacing, and we'll probably maybe replace some of those things differently than what we had before as well. We lost our toolbox. There was so much glass. It was just embedded in everything, so we even had to throw that out. We're really going to be looking at our gear from a reliability, durability, safety standpoint, just all the way around, from the truck to the tow package to the gear that we travel with. And so we're going to start that rig rebuild series in our next video.
Yeah, it should be right.
Yeah, and then after that, we're going to get her on the road and get some real world experience in towing to let you know how that works. So good things coming up. Stay with us, and we'll see you down the road.